2006. Boom 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 boom. In his sleep, Chen Yang vaguely heard the sound of the train moving. Well, this dream is really strange. Thinking about it, since the birth of the high-speed rail, I haven't been on an ordinary train for more than 10 years. How could I dream of this today? I turned over and was about to continue sleeping when I suddenly felt a little cold. Could it be that the air conditioner was turned up? I started to grab the quilt with my eyes closed, but missed the quilt, but hit a cold wall with my backhand. No, my bed is not next to the wall, how could it hit the wall? Thinking of this, Chen Yang finally opened his eyes. The first thing that catches the eye is a small space, and then turned around to see. Hell, isn't this a hard sleeper on an ordinary train? How can I be here? Chen Yang suddenly turned over and tried to sit up, but with a bang, his head hit the ceiling. I'm sober now. Regardless of the murmurs of the other people who were woken up in the same room, Chen Yang opened his mouth wide, his neck turned stiffly, his eyes looked left, right, up, down, that's right. It was the train has a hard sleeper compartment, and I sleep on the upper berth, so it's no wonder that I hit the ceiling. What's the situation? Chen Yang suddenly panicked. Who the **** made me dizzy and threw me on the train. What is his purpose? Kidnap? Impossible. Working as a worker in my own society, with no money, not worth tying up, and not tied with a rope. Joke. Then this joke is going to be a big one. Besides, no one can enter my room, who can make such a joke without being thankful. At this moment, Chen Yang heard the voice from the train conductor in the distance. Heng Yang is at the station ahead. And there are passengers going to Heng Yang who are ready to exchange tickets and get off the train. Change your ticket and get off the bus. The conductor yelled and walked this way. When passing by the entrance of the private room, he didn't even look at Chen Yang who was sitting there. He yelled to himself, and moved forward slowly until he reached the entrance of a private room, and then called out, the upper berth on number 13, you are about to arrive at the station. Change your ticket. By the way, the ticket. Chen Yang quickly searched his body, and quickly found a hard sleeper number plate from his trousers pocket. Along with the number plate there were $2. How poor. No. Who still uses cash these days? Looking at the number plate again, there is only berth information on it, but nothing can be seen. With a long sigh, Chen Yang was just about to put away his number plate and money when he suddenly saw a blue cylindrical package on the opposite luggage rack. Huh. Why does this package look so familiar? It's similar to the one I used for 3 years when I was in college. At this time, a scene suddenly flashed in my mind. Wait, this scene seems a bit familiar. Chen Yang suddenly felt flustered, and continued to rummage through his body, but there was nothing else. After thinking about it in a panic, he pushed the yellowed quilt aside and prepared to go down. At this time, a blue Noah straight cell phone was exposed. Chen Yang was taken aback for a moment, took a deep breath, stretched out his trembling hand to grab the phone. Picking up the phone, Chen Yang pressed it, the small screen lit up in blue, and there was a line of prompts on it. Please unlock it. That's right, this is the mobile phone I used when I was in school, or in other words, it is exactly the same mobile phone. How is this phone unlocked? Chen Yang frowned, trying to think back. It seemed that he had to press the top and bottom keys on the left successively. Press twice to unlock successfully and enter the phone interface. The first thing Chen Yang saw was the time displayed on the phone. Sunday, July 9, 2006. Chen Yang gasped, and the hands holding the phone trembled even more. What's the matter? At this moment, the conductor was walking back. As soon as Chen Yang saw her, he hurriedly asked, hello, may I ask what date is it today? The conductor looked up at him, number 8. As soon as the voice fell, he said again, oh, it's the middle of the night now, so it should be number 9. Chen Yang was full of eagerness, bent over and said, which month is the 9th? I just want to ask, what year is this year? Hearing this, the conductor comrade suddenly had an expression of, you're kidding me? Especially seeing that he is still holding a mobile phone, I want to beat him to death. But think about the performance appraisal that is going on now, and if he has complained that he has to deduct money, let's treat him as a sleepy sleeper, and said patiently, 2006 Sunday, July 9th. 2005, at 4:05 a.m. Comrade, do you have any questions? Chen Yang smiled embarrassingly, no more, thank you. When the conductor left, Chen Yang seemed to leave him with all his strength, leaning back against the wall with his body bent and powerless. This is me, reborn, or time travel. Is there a mirror? I really want to see if I am still myself. Wait, there seems to be a mirror at the train sink, right? Putting the mobile phone in his pocket, he turned over and stepped on the middle bunk without climbing the ladder. There were a few pairs of shoes on the floor. Chen Yang looked at them and found his own shoes based on his impressions. Run in the direction of the bathroom. When we arrived at the bathroom, there was indeed a mirror at the sink outside. Standing in front of the mirror, Chen Yang was stunned. Then I reached out and pinched my face, hurts a little. The stone hammer is gone, I didn't run away, I really met the fairy sister. God, I was born again. The face is still my own face. Reading www.ukanshu.com is full of collagen, not as greasy as 10 years later, and the body is still in good shape, with wide shoulders, chest and waist. And the most important thing is that it is not big belly. In an instant, Chen Yang burst into tears. Being reborn, I finally don't have to live with suffering anymore, and I can have the opportunity to be a new person. I don't want to live that kind of life again, and I must truly live like a person. It took a long time before he calmed down his excitement, and looked at it for a long time with winking eyebrows. Chen Yang turned on the tap and washed his face. He went back to his bunk and didn't climb up. Instead, he sat on the folding stool by the window and carefully recalled the moment case. If I remember correctly, I graduated from university this year, and then I went back to my hometown for a few days after failing to find a job in Jiangcheng. On the car from Yuyang to Guangzhou. Yes, Mom and Dad. Thinking of his parents, Chen Yang had a sore nose. In his previous life, he had never been able to make a living. After several years of graduation, he could only make ends meet. As a result, when his father fell ill, he couldn't do anything except blame himself and worry. When my father left, my mother was crushed all of a sudden, and she left after a few years. In the end, I failed to achieve anything outside, so I had to go back to my hometown to inherit the old house left by the two elders, which saved me from living on the streets. A college graduate feels ashamed just thinking about it. At that time, I thought about it countless times. If I could do it all over again, I would definitely seize every opportunity, make a good appearance as a person, and let myself and my relatives around me live the best life. Absolutely don't let the tragedy happen again. Unexpectedly, what I thought was just a plot in the novel actually happened. Hello, 2006. More urban life novels. 1. Village World Trading.